Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. This is your latest Manchester United news. Big breaking news coming out of Old Trafford in the last maybe 3/4 of an hour or so. And of course it's in relation with Jadon Sancho. It's to do with Jadon Sancho and of course the storm that's been going on around Manchester United over the past week. United have made a statement, but look, we'll jump straight into it. Obviously, we know what's gone on over the past maybe week to 10 days or so. Obviously, Erik ten Hag answered a question within a press conference saying why Jadon Sancho wasn't selected for the Arsenal game. Subsequently, then, Jadon Sancho come out and put out his own statement saying, don't believe everything you read. He feels like he was scapegoated, so on and so forth. It's kind of come to a head-to-head. Jadon Sancho and Erik ten Hag did have a face-to-face meeting on Monday. Obviously, any of the non-international players were due back in training in Carrington on Monday, so they obviously had a meeting with one another. And I suppose that meeting, or that, I suppose, head-to-head or whatever you want to call it, obviously didn't go to plan. It would have to be said, because we now see the statement coming out from Manchester United. But anyway, look, the statement reads, Jadon Sancho will remain on a personal training programme away from the first team group pending resolution of a squad discipline issue. So it's pretty straightforward and it's pretty to the point from Manchester United. They haven't messed around with it here. And to be honest with you, I'm happy with this. I have to say, I'm happy with the outcome of it. I think the club are right to stick by the manager. We've had a lot of issues going on within Manchester United in the last, I suppose, since, even before Erik ten Hag took over. We were lacking in standards for so many years. And, I mean, while the club might be not run that well, we have terrible owners, so on and so forth. The one shining light in my eye is that Erik ten Hag is putting down standards within the first team squad and within the playing squad in general. That would be underage setup and all that kind of stuff as well. And it's something that I'm really happy with, I have to say. It's been something that, like I said, has been lacking for so long. So, look, Jadon Sancho is not going to last too much longer at Manchester United, I don't think. It's a shame that this didn't happen earlier in the summer, because we would have had time to move him on. Look, we do know that United were open to negotiating Jadon Sancho away from Old Trafford, and I think had an issue like this had have occurred, I suppose sooner in the summer and in the transfer window, we would have seen maybe Jadon Sancho move on. But look, unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. He is going to be there minimum until January. Now, again, look, Jadon Sancho falls into the bracket of player where he's on such big wages at Manchester United that he could easily just say, no, I'm okay. I'm just going to stay here, pick up a wage check and see out my contract. Whether he does that or not, that remains to be seen. But I think if he does do that, obviously it is going to be very hard to move him off the wage books, because his wages are absolutely astronomical, so let's see what happens. But look, I go back to what we've been saying here already. I'm delighted to see some standards being set by the manager within the squad. I think it was pretty clear that when Sancho came out and spoke against the manager, his game time and his time at the club was instantly shortened. When Cristiano Ronaldo came out and spoke up against Erik ten Hag, there was only one outcome really, and that was for Cristiano Ronaldo to leave Manchester United. And he done that on the back of scoring 23 goals in one season the year before. So Jadon Sancho doesn't really have a leg to stand on, you would have to say. I think the fact that he, I think he's put in, I think is it 12 goals in 85 appearances, something like that. Couple of assists there as well. There was never going to be any comeback for him. Now, what do? Do you keep him within the match day squad? Maybe, I don't know, keep him away for a week or two, or do you keep him away indefinitely? We know the issues that Manchester United have in that right-hand side area now with what's going on with Anthony and what's going on now with Sancho. We've got a very young I suppose, contingent when it comes to that right-hand side now. Pellistri, Garnacho, Ahmad when he comes back. Not a lot of experience there. A lot of potential, you would have to say. But what way is that going to work out? Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. Let's see what some people are saying in the comments here. Ben is saying no way back now, really. Keep him as far away as possible. Party Pooper is saying this is just going to bring down his transfer value now, so we probably will get 30 million offers in January. Well, look, it's always going to be the case when you know a club want to sell a player. He's never going to go for higher than you thought he would, you know. So, I don't know. Let's see what people are saying here on TikTok. Let's go back through some of the comments here. User says Ten Hag should not have said what he said publicly. Don't agree. Michael says Sancho was a major flop anyway. Could be a great opportunity for the youth in the squad. Absolutely. Standards says Martin. Owen says Sancho believed his own hype. Another player with a shit attitude. Do they not know how lucky they are? I couldn't agree with you more on that one. Michael, thanks for the gift. Much appreciated. User says he's ruling like such and such. That doesn't work anymore. That day is gone. It will not work. Okay, well, let me put it to you this way then, user. What did Pep Guardiola do at Man City only last season when Cancelo came out and spoke against him? What did he do? He shipped him out to Bayern Munich, and now he's gone to Barcelona. You know, we had something similar with Mason Greenwood. City had the same thing with Benjamin Mendy. What did Pep Guardiola and the club do? They suspended him pending the investigation. Even though he was found innocent, he wasn't brought back to the club and he was sold. So you're talking absolute nonsense. Erik Ten Hag is instilling standards within the club, and he's damn right to do it. So he is. John, thanks for the follow. Michael, thanks for the follow. User says, roll on the weekend. Can't wait to see you in Meltdown. All right, well, we'll see. Ronaldo spoke facts and Ten Hag won't be long. Yeah, all right, okay. V says, every time United sign a big player, they think he's going to be unreal, and the same thing happens. Michael says, I wouldn't even let Sancho play in the reserves after his actions. Kenneth says, how do you think he will get on, or how do you think we will get on Saturday? Well, my match preview will be live on YouTube, guys. Not live, it will be uploaded on YouTube. It's scheduled for 5 o'clock, so in just under 10 minutes time. Go check it out. I'll give my input on what way I think the game is going to go. Starting 11, score predictions, all that kind of stuff. Go check it out. United Community Channel on YouTube. We're live over there at the moment as well. Let's see what other people are saying here. KM says, Pep shipped Cancelo out. Ten Hag is keeping a player that doesn't play on 350 grand a week. Well, KM, what's he supposed to do? You know, the transfer window is closed. You know, what are you supposed to do? Who will replace Sancho, says Timmy? Well, look, a number of different options. I'd like to know what you think. Who would you like to see as maybe the next right winger within United? Do you maybe move Garnacho over onto the right-hand side? Do you bring in Pellistri? Do you move somebody like Bruno Fernandes or Mason Mount out there onto the right-hand side? I mean, there is options available. But look, me personally, I don't want to see Bruno Fernandes moved out onto the right. I think we need him in the centre. I think he's too influential within the centre. So I would prefer if he stayed on the right hand or in the middle of the park. Let's see. Gordon says United needs to fix the wage structure so that those non-performers can be moved on. I agree with you, Gordon, absolutely. Chris says send to the reserves for the rest of the season. Luke says glad there's a manager with morals and sticks to the standards for everybody. Gordon says Sancho's actions do not warrant any consideration from Erik Ten Hag. Give Pellistri or Diallo a run of games. Let's see. Chris says, how's the missus? Maybe you guys should stay at home and do watch-alongs. Yeah, she's on the mend, thankfully. Make him sweep the changing rooms and clean the boots, says Ben. There we go. Old school. Party Pooper wants Pellistri to get a chance there as well also. Let's see. TikTok. User says, read the comments out. Not the love and roses ones you want. I'm reading every comment on YouTube out. If you want to get over to YouTube, I'll read your comment out. Like I just read your one out. Packy says, the problem with United is heart. Current players haven't got the heart to battle. Well, look, I think I have to say that the current crop of players, I do think have heart and desire. And Ten Hag is slowly but surely weeding them types of players that you say out of the squad and out of the team. He got rid of the likes of Lingards, Pogba's, Ronaldo's. He's now trying to get rid of the likes of Maguire, Donny van de Beek, Jadon Sancho now by the looks of it. So it takes time. It takes time. But, I think Ten Hag is doing the right thing. Keith says Pellistri will take his chance with Anthony and Sancho unavailable. I hope so. Let's see. Dara, thanks for the follow as well. Aveen says, I'm going to the United and Crystal Palace game. Hope you enjoy it. Michael says, can we sign Hazard on a free and use him despite signing outside the transfer? I wouldn't go near Hazard, to be honest with you. Dara, thanks for the follow as well. What's your view on Anthony? Well, look, I mean, it's something that you can't really give an opinion on while an investigation and allegations are being made and stuff like that. But if I was to kind of say, I mean, I don't think it's probably going to end up like Mason Greenwood, because with Mason Greenwood, he was charged instantly, and that's why he was moved away from Manchester United as quickly as he was. Anthony, it's slightly different, whereas there's only allegations at the moment, and there's no charges been made or been brought forward against him. So we'll have to wait and see. Owen says, Pep and Klopp would do the exact same as Ten Hag and nothing would be said. Absolutely. It's because it's Manchester United. It really is. Let's see. Chris says, rumours are El Ghazi as a free agent signing. I hope we don't go anywhere near him. I don't think that's going to be the case. That came out maybe last week or a few days ago, but I think a couple of hours later, the Athletic said United have no interest in him at all. Let's see. He also says, Pellistri for me, Garnacho second, Mount third option. Pellistri plays well for Uruguay. He looks like an old school winger to the end line and crosses. Yeah, I like to see that as well. But look, I suppose we'll talk more about this, guys, at 9 o'clock. We're going to be going live from 9 o'clock tonight for our daily Manchester United news show, so please do join us. If you haven't already done so, hit the like button on YouTube, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Anybody watching on TikTok, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We're going to be going live over there at 9 o'clock to talk all things Manchester United, not just Sancho. We'll be talking about Anthony, we'll be talking about some breaking news about Harry Maguire as well today. We'll get into all of that as well at 9 o'clock, so make sure you're joining then, guys. Thanks for watching.